You have to pay at least 8 cows. Whatever you think is sensitive, we spoke about it. But it's just that some people these days are greedy, and when you have got daughters, you want to, make yourself rich and all those things. Hello and welcome back to our channel. My name is Mordecai Kamanga, and
Prince Yakamanga.
we are doing a series on how we met as intercultural couple in South Africa. I come from Zimbabwe and she's from the DRC. So last time we spoke about how we met in church, how I came into the church and I saw a girl and loved that girl. She gradually loved me, but when I saw her, it was love at first sight. So that's what we spoke about last time. And we ended where we were now getting into courtship officially. I'm saying officially because we started off unofficially, the way people know. I approached the girl and we fell in love. We are not shy to talk about this because this is what happened. I know many people have ways on how these things should be done. But for us, I approached the girl. She loved me. We then went to our parents and then went to the pastor and so forth and so on and what have you. So, last time we were talking about how we ended up telling your parents. Yeah. So my brother came over. We went to came to your house. I spoke to your parents, your father, basically, and then yeah, I think he liked me. Her father liked me.
How do you know?
I know. You can see by how people treat you and stuff. And he liked me, and up to this day we are friends. I'm telling you, it's good to be friends with your in-laws and the father of your spouse. Very good. Oh my goodness, we've got an extra here. So can you please give me that? And so the father loved me, and we are still friends up to this day. So what happened?
What happened in that meeting? That's what I how
In
was it,
in
or
I was
maybe also how was it to sit with the girl that you want to marry's dad and tell him in his face that I want to marry your daughter. What happened?
Yeah. So me, I'm a straightforward person, and I don't lie. I don't. Yeah, of course, I small lies, like, but things that are genuine, I tend to approach them as they are. And the way I told the pastor that I loved this girl, and he said that we can go and see the father of the girl, and we ended up going, and my brother was there, and the pastor was there, and I think one deacon. I We went into the house. I was under the impression that maybe the father would not like, or want me to have his daughter or to marry her. But I spoke to him. He was very kind, and it seemed, from what also I got from him, was he didn't have any problem with me dating his daughter. And I believe, I would want to say he loved me as his son-in-law, and he loved me. He wanted me, or he loved that I'd marry his daughter. So I spoke to him, and then what happened? What happened was that he said, "I do not have a problem with you dating Princia, because I can see, like, from what my wife told me, I had already seen that there was something going on between these two." So I'm sure, like, when he saw that, he didn't have a problem. I'm sure he didn't ask you about
No,
about it.
he never asked me about it. He only asked me about us, like, I think the Saturday, because you came on Sunday after church, ne?
We come on Sunday, yeah.
The Saturday before you came, then he asked me like, "Oh, so they're coming tomorrow. These people you talked to your mom about." And I was like, "Yeah, they're gonna come with his brother."
Yeah,
And he's like, "Okay, we will hear. We'll see what they'll do and all that." But I wasn't so worried. I think I even told you that
yeah.
I wasn't so worried with the conversations I would have with my dad, like when he would be dropping me off
Yeah.
at school. I knew that unless there was something about you that you had hidden, you
Yeah.
know, in your life secretly, maybe a secret family, or because you're people hide
Yeah.
things that could have made him say no. But as far as the man that you presented
Yeah.
yourself to be, I didn't see any reason for my dad to,
Say no.
yeah, to say no, to be
To
against
refuse.
us moving forward. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, for that's what I got from him, and he said, "There's no problem." I think it's that night when he said, "Since you guys are dating or talking, uh, don't like." I thought maybe right away would maybe announce a courtship, but he said,
Mm.
we also don't know. We, as much as we see that you guys are in love, you like each other, but we don't know what might happen.
Mm.
Maybe feelings change, you go and you see another girl or you see another boy somewhere. He said, I think it's better that you guys don't announce courtship in church, or to people. You guys see each other the way you see each other, talk to each other on the phone, on the text messages and stuff, but don't make it public.
Mm.
Yes. So our relationship for the first year, it was not public.
Mm.
But of course, there are people who are clever who also can see that something
Yeah.
is going on here. So, and
Yeah.
there are people who told me even after that, we saw it. You know, when the courtship was finally announced officially in church, that we saw this thing coming. We saw it all, and as well, there were people who already were talking about it, that
Mm.
can you see that these children are in love? Can you see that there's something going on between these two? Yes, we don't know those people, but we know that those things were said. But it's
Also, it's
fine
tough
because
to keep love between two, especially like when you're young,
yeah,
you know, and it's like it's there was no reason to try to hide it too much, because on my side,
yeah,
like my mom knew, my father knew, the pastor knew. So I think those are the most
everybody,
important people to know that,
people that were close like
yeah, these
families,
are talking. So the love grows, and you can't hide love
you
in the
can
eyes
hide
of
it.
two
Yeah,
people.
because it became more
Yeah.
than just a brother and sister, just talking at church. Like
Yeah.
youths can talk at church, like, "Hi, how's school?
Mm,
How is
mm,
this?
mm.
How is that?" But I think it became more than that. That
Yeah.
really people could see that, these people, maybe something's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe they thought something is about to go on.
Yeah.
But from what we know ourselves, like, life and courtship was already going
Mm.
on our side.
So then he just gave us like that year, because I think also I was in second year, it was February. So
You're still in
second
university.
year was about to just start, because you know uni starts like late February.
Mm.
I was just about to start my second year. It was a 4 year degree, so I had basically 3 years, ne? The
Yeah.
full of second year, third year, fourth year before graduating.
Mm.
So when my dad asked my husband, when are you guys thinking, if it's to get married, when would you get married? And my husband said that Princia wants to finish her studies, so
Mm.
I'll I would love for her to finish her studies. And
Yeah.
so my dad said, okay, since you've got like these 3 years, maybe for this whole year, just keep it on the down low,
Keep
not
it low.
announce it. But us as the family will know. And he gave us so many rules.
Yeah, there were
I
many
don't know.
rules. There were many
In
rules.
hindsight, the rules helped us, I think, really to, yeah, they really helped us
Yeah,
to
to
keep our testimony right.
yeah.
But then it was tough
It was
because it
tough.
was like angering, like, why all
You
these
feel like
rules?
you are being someone is putting a rule over you, that you should not do this, don't do this and that.
Yeah.
But I think looking back
Mm,
now, you see that it was very important to do that,
mm,
and it helped us in many ways, even after
mm,
that 1 year period in courtship. Even when we got engaged, we paid Lobola and all those things. Those rules helped us in
mm,
so many ways. Some of the ways that we cannot, uh, you know, be able to stress out to tell you
mm,
guys. But it was a very good thing. So after 1 year, after 1 year, it was another year. So because we spoke to him in February, right?
mm.
And then the following February, it was now my part to play, because I was scared because that was
2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020
Okay, 2019. That's
was
when we
when you spoke the
in
first time.
February. So 2020 happened. I was so scared that this is the year that I have to go back to him and give him what's going on. If we are going to break up, or we are no, not we
Yeah.
are choosing not to go forward, go ahead with this thing. So I went back. Did he? I think he gave me notice something. I don't know. He told you, or he told your mother that I can now come, or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like
I don't remember
that.
what exactly happened, but I went to him this time by myself. There
Mm.
was no one to back me up. There was no brother, there was no pastor, there was no one. So I took an Uber to your house,
Yeah.
and he said, "Okay, come in, open the door for me." He showed me where to sit. So I had to start the conversation like I'm presenting myself again for the first time.
Mm.
I told him, he said, "Okay, sit down here." So I said, like, opposite to him, I think. Yeah, I think it was opposite to him. And I said, "Hey, we're back. I'm back again." So I didn't know what to say. I'm back again with how, with the issue I brought last year about myself and Prince. Yeah, I want to tell you that we're still in love. These are the exact words I told him. I want to tell you that we are still in love. And
Telling your father of the girl,
yeah,
we are still in
imagine.
love.
I'm still in love with Prince, yeah. And
Yeah.
I think I can go ahead, you know, loving her and all those things. I thought it was going to be a very long meeting, like being told this, that, plus minus. It was quite a very smooth process. I went to him and I told him that, and he said, there's no problem. I don't see any problem. And I've been watching you guys, and it seems like you love each other and you have kept the promise you made that nothing should happen like other things. I've seen you, because also guys are in love. It's possible that some people have seen it.
Mm.
So, what should we do? What are your plans, you and Prince? Then I
Mm.
said, okay. Now, I want the thing to be announced in church, so that we can at least be free to move and do other things that we need to do. He said, no, there's no problem.
Mm.
And he said, I want to talk to your father. I gave him my father's number.
Mm.
So your father, I thought that he was not going to call because it was a Zim number,
Yeah.
and it's quite expensive to call Zim. I think he was prepared
I was prepared.
to call.
I think I remember him talking to my mom. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna buy airtime. Now call. I'm gonna call Mordecai is dead. Talk to
Yeah,
him. See really what Mordecai has told him, or what he would say about his son. And
yeah,
a man would tell the truth of his son and all the things.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so he called my father, direct call. He said, he asked him, I'm Princess father and stuff. I think they had spoken before. No, they had not. He only had spoken to my brother.
Mm.
So then he called my father direct. He introduced himself, and then Mordecai is asking hand in marriage. Is asking Princess hand in marriage. So I want to know about him, like you as a father. What,
Mm.
maybe he's got a family there, or he's got a wife or child somewhere there. My father gave an honest testimony. Said, for Mordecai is such a good boy. He's been a good boy
Yeah.
since, even I've not heard any bad reports even after we separated, when he
Came
moved
to
to
South
South Africa.
Africa. Mm.
He's such a good boy. He does not have family here. He does not have all bad things.
Mm.
When people are getting married. My father gave a good testimony and said, okay, for me, there's nothing that I would, I should, I'm not going to stop him
Mm.
from asking Prince at the hand in marriage. So they want to announce the courtship in church. Then my father said, no, go ahead. I give you my blessings. So that was it with my father. And then after the call, he said, for me, there's nothing wrong. I don't have a problem. He then called the pastor as well.
So yes, he called the pastor
Yeah,
and tell
he
him that
called the
he's given the
pastor. He's given
permission
them the permission to
to
announce the courtship
announce.
and
And
to continue on with their
mm.
journey. And the pastor said, okay, if you say so, I'm also going to do it. So we told the pastor, announce tomorrow, right? No,
No,
did we say it? No. We
we
skipped
said
the week.
next
The
week,
other
the
week,
other week,
yes. Said,
yeah.
we told the pastor, just announce next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the pastor did so.
Yes.
So the
March of when was it?
oh goodness, that was on the no, that was in February,
the
right?
15th. It was the
The
15th or the
week before
14th.
the
Yeah,
lockdown.
the week before. It was like the
Goodness,
devil for me.
that was the devil for everybody. Like, we are starting off a courtship, a good
Yeah,
courtship. We've been like literally hiding.
yeah.
Like,
Not
last,
really
not
hiding. We
hiding
weren't
maybe,
hiding.
but okay, something like
It's
that.
not been announced, right? So one of the rules, the reason why we were so excited was because one of the rules my dad gave us was that we are not allowed to visit each other. In that
Yeah,
year, we
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
you couldn't come to my place, right? You couldn't come to my
That's
place,
correct.
you couldn't do anything. We were only allowed to talk at church, if visited at church
Yeah,
and
on the
on the
phone.
phone.
Yeah.
But no visits, no nothing of like when you're in
Mm,
courtship you can go to a chaperone. No, none
yeah,
of that. So now we're excited that, oh, finally, if we get announced, he can come over to my
yeah,
place,
yeah.
or we can go out with a chaperone. We're excited
Of
for that.
course. Yeah.
But now imagine, guys, your courtship gets announced this week Sunday. You're so happy. Next week Sunday they
The
announce
president announced that
the
we are
lockdown.
locked down.
No one is moving anywhere for
Oh,
the next 21 days.
20. Yeah, 21 days. The
21
first one
days
was
first, and then
21
it was
days. Yeah.
extended again.
It was
Like,
extended and extended and extended.
I felt like this devil.
So a lot of things happened during
Ah,
COVID, and I'm sure, like most of you guys, you know that uh, you couldn't do anything during
yeah.
lockdown. So here in South Africa, we were locked down. Sometimes they would say, "Don't even come out of your gate."
Mm,
You see, and then they started listening
the
the regulations that
regulations.
okay, you can jog, or you can do the sort of. But the first 3 weeks, it was very hard. So, and I tell this story now. It's a Lobola story that we are going into. As an African man, you have to pay
Yeah.
in Lobola, especially for a beautiful lady like this. So, what happened at work? They stopped paying us,
Mm,
but I didn't lose my employment. I was still employed, but we were not getting paid for some reason. And whoever decided that, God be with you. But you know, that is the past. But what happened is, then again, is I was living on that money that I had saved up, paying rent, buying food, and all sorts of things that needed to be done at home. And also, something came up. There was this scheme that was happening. Oh my goodness. This scheme, I think it started somewhere before COVID. And a friend of mine, introduced me to that. And you had to invest money, and then you get a percentage of that. I think if you invest for 2 weeks, you get 40% of what you invested. For example, if you invested 10,000, you'd get in 2 weeks, you'd get extra 40,
4,000,
four, sorry, 4,000 rands.
so you get 14,000.
Then you get 14,000 with to your 10,000 and extra 4,000. So I invested like 2,000 something. I got the money back in 2 weeks. I said, wow, this is a good thing. Eh? I can even stop going to work. Like, I didn't mind now about the work thing that I was not getting paid. So later on, I started investing again. If you invest for 1 month, 30 days, you get 100% of what you invested. I then invested back that 2 point something that I did, 2 point something for 1 month. I got back 5,000
Mm,
extra, 2.5.
mm,
The following month again, I did the same. I got money up to like maybe 25,000. But these schemes are scams. I ended up getting scammed. Like, I would say maybe 40,000 rands. I got scammed all the money. And at that point now, I don't have any money because I had already exhausted my savings.
savings.
I also had exhausted the money that I was investing because I invested back that money. I lost. So I lost everything. And I think for 2 months, I managed to pay my last rent. And fortunately, what happened is that they ended up opening work.
Mm.
They opened when?
I don't know, around in August.
Around August, something like that. Everything was done now. I paid my last rent, and then the president announced that they are going to open, the country, but not fully, something like that,
I
I
think it
think.
was like June, July actually. Because May you came to visit me for my birthday, remember?
Yeah, I think just days after your birthday.
The work was open, yeah. May you came to
May?
visit me,
No, 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 no,
yes.
no, no.
May you came for my birthday, baby. We even have pictures on that. You're wearing the blue jacket like this, and I was wearing a denim skirt and a black top. We took pictures there. I was in front of
Was it your
you.
birthday?
Yes, it was
No, no, but they didn't open in May. You remember the first 3 weeks in March um ended about the
mid-April.
mid-April,
Mm.
and then
Then
they
it was
closed
lessened.
again. No,
Yeah.
no, no, they closed again. Remember, like for like 2 3 months. I remember work opened around August, I think.
Maybe I don't.
Yeah,
Let's move
but
on.
we are not so
Yeah.
sure about the dates, but work ended up opening. I managed to save a little bit of money again, and it was time for Lobola. I think Lobola was in August,
No, we
14
got
August.
engaged first, baby.
Oh, I'm
You're
mixing up the
forgetting.
dates. Oh my goodness, I'm very sorry. Oh, yo,
We had
I'm mixing up the dates. So this
that whole year was just
that was
courtship,
COVID. Oh my
and it
goodness,
was
you're right.
COVID, and there was a lot going on that
Oh my
year. It was a
goodness.
lot.
Yeah.
We got we were in courtship until the next year,
Yes,
February,
February 14th.
14th of February, when we
Uh,
got
so that
engaged.
was 2020, 2021 now.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So I managed to save some money from then,
Mm,
from when they opened the country to some time the following year. So in that year of 2020, we finished that year
mm,
in courtship. The following year, which was 2021,
mm,
on 14th of February, we got engaged in church,
yeah.
right? With yeah, we got engaged before we did everything, because now engagement was opening up for us a door to get married, because I
Mm,
had to promise her that I'm going to marry you.
mm,
And I believe that many people have got different doctrines about that, but for us, I went to engage. We
mm,
engaged, and then it was good. The parents were there, and they gave us a go ahead again to Lobola.
yeah.
So that was it. You want to say something about it? It
Um,
seems like I'm the only one who's talking.
yeah, because I think in this part it's more you.
Yeah, but what was
It's
happening,
more
like with with
you.
with you at home, like with your parents, with your mother? Like, what were you talking about? You know, I'm sure there's other sisters and girls that also would want to hear, like, how is it, the pressure maybe from family, from friends,
Honestly,
from
from
people.
family, there was no pressure.
Hmm.
My mom and my dad, they were very supportive.
Mm.
I think they kept reminding me that I can back out anytime. I think for a lot of girls, like there's that pressure of
Yeah.
once
What
you
will
get in
people?
courtship, you must
Mm.
see it through.
And yeah.
Yeah, and I don't, you must get married by any means necessary. And I think that becomes a danger, because then it's like, even if you see something wrong, like a
Yeah.
real legit like reason to break the courtship, you won't want to break it because from your mom already she's telling you you will embarrass me. Now
Yeah.
the one that's supposed to support you, they're telling you like, so how do you? Me, I remember my dad always before the next step, even
Mm.
like the day before we announced, he's like,
You sit you down.
yeah, you sit me down and ask me, are you sure you want to go on with this? It's not like I don't like the boy, I love him, he's good, he's great, but it's you. If you're not
Yeah.
sure, then
And you are the person that is closer to him.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. Same with engagement. He's like, I've not chased you out of the house. I'm the one who gave birth to you. I will take care of you even until I die. So don't feel like you are pressured to leave the house. Like
Mm.
it was great. It was
Mm.
supportive.
Mm.
Like no matter what, I and I enjoyed our courtship. It was even with the COVID. COVID killed me, guys.
Yeah, COVID wasn't nice. COVID wasn't nice at all.
But I enjoyed our
Mm.
courtship. I think it was sweet. It was nice.
Mm.
I think that year we spent before announcing was actually very beneficial, because then we didn't. I think we had built this immunity to like pressure or third people's
Yeah,
opinions
yeah,
of like, when are you gonna get married, or those
yeah.
questions people ask today. You announce courtship, tomorrow people are asking you when is the
And
wedding.
when is the
It
wedding?
doesn't make
Yes.
sense. It really doesn't make sense.
Mm. And I really want to say something about that. Like when people are getting into courtship, you do not give them pressure. Let them. And also, if you are in courtship, don't succumb to pressure. People's pressure, like asking you, so when is the wedding? No, the wedding cannot just happen like that. There's many things that you need to check. You need to talk. Like courtship is a time of talking,
Mm.
and talking is not just "I love you." Oh, I love you. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to be
Oh,
buying
you
you
are so
flowers and all
handsome.
those things. Yeah, it's very. Those things are
So
very
nice.
nice, very
Yeah.
nice, and they make you feel loved. But what is important is to talk. You
Mm.
talk about finances. You
Mm.
talk about how you are going to live after the wedding, because
Mm.
you may be enjoying your wedding today, but tomorrow the marriage won't be nice.
Mm.
So you want to talk about that. Talk about how we are going to spend money.
Mm.
If our money is small, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
If we earn large amounts of money, what are we going to do about it? So having money does not mean that you are going to have a good marriage,
Mm.
or not having money does not mean that also you're not going to have a nice marriage. It's how you guys communicate.
Mm.
Communication is the key to a good relationship and
Mm.
marriage. So I think we spoke about almost anything.
Yeah,
How many
like
kids we are going to
anything.
have?
Yeah.
When are we going to have a child? You
When?
see, we didn't want things to happen randomly, that
Mm.
um you just wake up, oh, this happened. You just wake up, oh, there's money. What are we going to do with that money after we get
Yeah.
it? You see, we work hard, yes, we want to make money, but what are we going to do with that money after we get it?
Yeah.
So if you are in courtship, you need to really talk about this. If you're in a relationship, talk to your wife, your future wife, about it. Talk to your husband. Things that you like, things that you don't want. So these values, there's values, and the way we come from, we've got different values, right? And
Mm.
how we were raised also reflect in us what we've seen our parents doing. If my parents were not open with each other about money, then I'm literally going to be raised like
Like
that. I'm
that.
going to be
Yeah.
the same as my father, as my mother.
Mm.
So it is very important to talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can just be changed by talking. i may
Mm.
be raised I may have been raised in a toxic family, but I can also change by talking. You can
Mm.
see how my wife, my partner, see these things, right? And it will help. So
Mm.
we spoke about everything. we
Yeah.
we, we communicated like.
I think that's why for me, I mean, some people are of the yes, baby. Some people are of the idea that Siba, mm. For me, I think some people are of the idea that any two believers can my goodness. Yeah, I think for me that's why even though some people are of the idea that any two believers can get married. Just if you're in courtship, ask him, do you believe? I believe.
Yeah.
Do you have the Holy Spirit? I have the Holy Spirit. Let's get married. And that is very important. But I don't think you can just marry any believer. I think
Yeah.
you need to find someone that gels with
Aligns
you.
with
Yes,
with your values.
exactly. Because as much as we cannot be believers, we have
We're
the way we
different.
want things to be done, the way we think that has nothing to do with doctrine or nothing. It's just like how you think someone should, whether someone should brush their teeth before they
Yeah.
eat breakfast or eat breakfast and then brush their teeth. Small things like that. that
We are people at the end of
yeah,
the
at the
day.
end of the day. So I think that's why it's important in that courtship stage, like to talk. To talk. Once you have ironed out those big things of believing your past, your history, whatever you want, whatever. Now we get into the things that actually the practicals of life, of living. Like
Yeah.
um I don't know,
That
man.
becomes easier,
Everything,
like when you
yeah.
leave it, because now you already know, you've got a reference point. We spoke about these things. You see your wife changing now, she's overspending, she's doing things, but this is not
Mm.
what we agreed we are going to do. Because in that courtship, the point where you're supposed to be talking, it will help you to to really navigate later, to see
Mm.
you've got a reference point. You can say, but this is what we talked about, but now we are changing. Why are we
Mm.
drifting from from what we've agreed on?
Yeah.
You see, so it's very important. Sorry, it's very important to talk
Mm.
about that. So we used that opportunity in COVID to talk about things. We spoke about everything, whatever you can think of.
Yeah.
We spoke about it. Whatever you think is sensitive, we spoke about it.
Yes,
And it was
mommy.
very important that we do, because now it's things that are helping us today, because we are two different people. Like, she's a female and male. She's from another region of the continent. I'm from another region. We're from the different countries. Like, everything is different.
Mm.
So it was important that we sit down and talk about things. Yeah.
Mm.
You needed to say something.
No, I'm saying I was about
Mm.
to say that I think that's what also made then our marriage more enjoyable, because it was like we had sort of like a roadmap
Mm.
on how we're gonna go
Yes.
through marriage. So we didn't fight about anything. When we got married, or we're gonna maybe talk about that later, but I was on residency.
Mm.
It wasn't like we're now fighting that, oh, I have to be going to this residence like 4 days a week, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
we had ironed these
We
things
knew
out.
what we wanted to do.
Exactly.
So.
I think that
Mm.
it was good, man. Courtship was lovely, it
Yeah.
was sweet. We laughed, we talked, we fought, we
Yeah.
fasted together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
can
many
fast even
things.
at a distance. It wasn't just about sleep. No, we used to call each other at 3 a.m. I'm
To
awake.
pray. Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
awake?
yeah. So yeah, because in those days we used to have this thing in church. So, let's wake up and pray sometimes. But for us, we had an agenda. Like, we didn't
Every
just let's
Thursday.
just pray. We were
Every
just
Thursday
praying for
was
something.
fasting.
Hmm?
Every Thursday was
Yeah, for
fasting.
Thursday, but every morning, every early morning at 3, you have to we wake up and
Yeah.
pray. So we were praying for something between her and myself. We knew what we were praying for. We were not just randomly praying. We'd wake up in the
Mm.
morning, we call each other, and let's pray. So we prayed about it, and I'm sure it's some of those prayers that are
That
helping
are
us
yeah,
today.
that are coming to fruition now.
Exactly. So
Mm.
that was the courtship, and part of the engagement was also nice. And the engagement, it's more
Engagement,
enjoyable
sorry. That's
because,
when the stress started. That's
yeah,
why I support a bit of a longer courtship, because I feel
yeah,
courtship, don't stress about like what venue we're gonna get married at, which
yeah.
which house we're gonna stay. Just focus on
On
building the
compatibility, like, you see,
yes.
I'm talking to this person, like, are we on the same level of thinking?
Yes.
Or maybe I need to pull a bit up, or I need to pull him a bit up, or I just have to leave it.
Yeah.
So it's a way. When you are at a market, you are choosing tomatoes, you are feeling this one, does it really make
Mm.
the soup that I want to make? You choose. That's, I think, what I believe courtship is.
Mm.
You are talking to this person, you see that we align, do we have the same values,
Yeah.
can we tune ourselves to the same level? I
Mm.
think that is courtship. Yes.
And then engagement, you say, okay, yes, I think we have like his notes and my notes match on
Mhm.
like the life that
Yeah.
we envision, the what no.
Makanaka, yes.
Thank
Sit
you.
down.
Sit down, my
So we
baby.
have a problem here today. I'm sorry. We're sorry, but this is part of the she's part of the journey as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then engagement, you seal that like this is the like what the tomato that I'm buying.
you're sure now, you're
Yes.
putting in your plastic bag to pay
Right.
for it.
And now through that, now you are thinking now, okay, now how will I make the sauce with this tomato? Now that's when the wedding stress starts.
Mm.
You see, now you're thinking, where are you gonna pay Lobola? When are you gonna pay Lobola? How much are you gonna pay Lobola? After that, the wedding, the venue, the food, the dress, the suit, you know?
Yeah.
That is all then in engagement. There you are certain you're marrying this person. Now you're like thinking about how you can make the marriage
Oh,
happen.
yes. That's from
Yeah.
engagement. Because engagement, I was saying, it's more enjoyable because now you are sort of planning together.
Mm.
You are seeing, what should we do right now? When are we? What is the date for engagement? And because we don't really do like surprise engagement, that because we have to ask the parents and all those things. We end
Mm.
up spoiling
The
the
surprise.
surprise. So we were fine with that.
The only surprise
Just
is the ring.
the only surprise is the kind of ring. If you have got a diamond ring that is expensive, whatever. Yeah, but
Yeah.
we planned the engagement. So we planned the engagement together, and fortunately, some people, let me say, it's our pastor bought for us a cake for the engagement. Thank you so much. And I bought the ring, of course. Right. So our engagement went on like well, and everything was good. I mean, I've got nothing to complain about that. And I think if anything about engagement.
It's just scary.
Yeah, I think engagement was just literally like planning things and stuff. There was not much,
I mean, the engagement itself,
things.
the engagement day.
Oh, the engagement day.
Yeah. Because you can't break engagement.
You
So
know, this
you are
is I'm locking
sober
it
that
in.
day.
I'm locking it in. So,
Yeah.
but
But it was
it
good.
was
It
good.
was
Yeah,
good.
the engagement went to buy some pizza, bought some pizza
Yeah, we
with
got
our cousin
pizza.
and stuff. So, but yeah, that was it. And after that, we started thinking now about Lobola.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to plan about for Lobola. She had to plan on her side. So we're planning about about Lobola. We're planning for Lobola, and she also had to plan on her side in terms of preparing, receiving guests. Yeah. So in the Congolese culture, you have to. I think it's like mostly African culture. When you're receiving visitors, you make food for them and stuff. But
Mm.
also now with the modern things that the girls have to wear, those Lobola dresses
African wax.
and nice designs at the tables and stuff. Yeah, it was very nice. I'm sure maybe I'll put some of the pictures of Lobola on the screen. But yeah, it was nice. How was the planning?
It was good. It was good. I can't complain. I mean, it was stressful, money like pressure. All of this. My father.
Yeah, because you had to take out money and all
Yeah,
those things. Yeah.
but it's a big thing, your first
Mm.
daughter getting married. So, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't think they spared any expenses on that side. Um, I was
Mm.
just worried everything goes well,
Yeah.
in my culture. There was a few things. I think also maybe we should talk about that, like the cultural differences. Because I'm Congolese,
Mm.
so Lobola is paid in goats.
Yeah.
It's
So
not cows as the Southern
there's
African,
parts of
because the
Africa.
Zim and
Mm.
South Africans and all that. So
Yeah,
that
we need cows. Yeah. If you're marrying my daughter, you must know that you must bring cows.
yeah, as it's goats and money.
Yeah.
So it was just that I had to explain to him so he can
Mm.
explain to his father and his uncles and whoever I was paying
Mm.
with. Yeah, so as Lobola is paid in goods
And then
and
cash.
cash, those are the main things. And then of course there's the
Mm.
clothes for daddy, the shoes, you dress the father, you dress the mother. Also on the mother side, my mom was specific with the one that she wanted.
What is
The
it?
the
Salts.
the African wax,
African
that
wax
one, that
spring.
one.
There's yeah. There's what do they call Vista?
Vlisco Hollande, wax
This
Hollande, super wax, super
super
wax.
wax in basic English.
Yeah, she wanted that one, two of
Mm.
them.
Yeah, and they're
Let's
expensive.
see.
It was two, but they're expensive. It's not those ones that we buy in town like the cheap ones. So
Yeah.
they were. I won't tell you the price. You go and research. It's called Super Wax Vlisco or something something. Yeah. So that was it. And salt
So
as well
those
as
things that
or
those
just
symbolic
for
things.
women
Then
things,
that's
the
one of the things
symbolic
my
things.
dad did. I don't know if you want to talk on it. Like
Yeah.
the Lobola was symbolic. It was very traditional things, not TV.
No, things we see these days that bring iPhones, bring TVs. No, no, that's like I think like that's why you if you go back way back, people used to say bring a whore. Like, it was symbolic. It was not just to say you are paying. It was they did something, did some meaning. So I think
Mm,
that's how it was. Like that's how it should be and how it is. But it's just that some people these days are greedy, and that when you have got daughters, you want to
mm.
make yourself rich and all those things.
Mm.
But I think everything was symbolic. You have to buy for the father, like I think the whole outfit.
Mm.
Yeah, shoes, socks, suit, a shirt, and a tie and belt. There was no watch, but
Yeah.
yeah, those are things.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, that was the Lobola for me, and I'm very grateful. My brother gave me money that I used to buy those things.
Mm.
Yeah, and I'm happy about that. So Lobola on Lobola Day, what happened? We went there in the morning.
Brought the cows walking. I mean the
The
goats.
gods. No, that day I had two of my friends, one elder I respect so much. Yeah, he helped me a lot. If you're watching this, thank you very much. He went to use his own fuel, his own car to go and carry the goats. You know how goats they can just
That's so
drop
stubborn. That the
everywhere.
droppings.
They did in his car, yeah.
Oh shame.
But he was very kind. He helped me. We went to Soweto there to get some goats. We got two of them, and I think apparently in the Congolese culture they should be two or one, but we bought two. And those that know, they know what that means. But we got two goats and money as well, and the suits and the mother's things, and what was it again?
What?
Yeah, we paid Lobola, and we after the Lobola we went to eat. That was night and to sing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had
So
to come back again.
I had to no, but that one will explain. We should, yeah, we also it will be the part of the wedding. Because I
Okay.
had to, okay, let me just say it. I had to add some money for us to really get married, to do the wedding,
Yeah.
to do the wedding. I had to come back again. I went back
Amuluba, we don't get married like
with
that.
some
Yeah.
money. I had to go back with some money, and I paid that money. And but also, as I was looking for that money, like to save up, we were also already planning for the wedding, thinking
Yeah.
where should we get married? How what the weddings for going to be, for how many people, how much,
So
and all
then
those
money
things.
was you just paid, just think you paid February and then March we got married. So
Mm.
you just before the wedding you came and you topped up Lobola and then you got
Yeah,
married just
yes.
to
So the
please
Lobola happened in
everyone.
August of
Mm-hmm.
2021, and I had to come back again, I think in February of 2022 to pay some money. And
Mm-hmm.
then just a few weeks after that, our marriage happened.
Happened.
So
Yes.
also about the culture of the marriage, I mean the Lobola thing, is the Congolese or the people from Central Africa and West Africa,
Mm.
they have their own kind of marriage, unlike here. Because for us here in Southern Africa, you dress the father from top to bottom, right? The same
Mm.
way you guys do. And the mother is given a cow.
Mm.
It's called Mombeo Mai.
Mm.
And that cow, it has to go to your mom, and it should give birth every year. It should be a female cow.
Okay.
It give birth every year, every year, every year. And by the time you are old, maybe your first child is old, like 18, there's the mother can point back and say, these cows are for my daughter thing.
Okay.
So it's also symbolic in the Shona culture, but the Congolese also have their own version of that, which is I believe that it's very simple. And the Congolese, they don't charge you, or maybe I was not charged like it, like a crazy person. I was charged. I think I was charged fairly and right, because I was thinking in my culture that we have to pay at least 8 cows, 8 cows. And how much is 8 cows? Each cow, maybe it's 7,000, right? No, maybe more than that. I think more than that.
Mm.
Like in Zim currency that we use, the USD, maybe a cow is $400 or $500.
Mm.
So I would say I paid one cow instead of eight. Let me see,
Oh,
but
wow.
maybe it could be cheaper than that. I was not charged like I was, like how other people charge. Yeah, think I was charged fairly, and that was it. And I love it, and I don't owe much. I still owe, but not much. Yeah. I don't owe much, but everything is good, and I love how our relationship progressed from when we started up until today. Yeah. Is there anything you want us to talk about again?
Um, hmm,
Nothing. Nothing you left out.
I don't think so.
You must pour your heart out. Like if you want, if there's something you really want to talk about.
No, I think
Well, I
everything
think these
is
videos are there
fine.
to inspire someone, to help someone, and you may feel rejected, or maybe people don't like you, and maybe you may think that they don't want me to marry their daughter, but if you haven't spoken to the parents,
You
especially the
wouldn't
father of the girl, you
know.
wouldn't know.
Mm.
So it's very important. If you're a young man, you want to marry a girl, don't look on what she has or what her father has and all those things. You love someone, go to her, speak to her. If she loves you, she
Mm.
will also direct you to the father. And also, I urge fathers to speak to their daughters. It's very important.
Mm.
I think Princia, she was very close, or she's still very close, but not that close because now I'm
Mm.
there. She's she was very close with her father, like this. They would talk about anything, like
Yeah.
um
Anything. I
you
remember that.
should
Sorry, the time
uh,
before he wrote the list, he said, "It sounds like my daughter." Now I'm writing the list. If there's anything you want to tell me, I was free with my dad.
yeah, which is good.
Yeah. Not my dad didn't know there's nothing to tell you.
Mm,
You write the way you are supposed to write.
mm.
You will not be embarrassed. I won't be embarrassed. You won't be embarrassed.
Yeah, otherwise they're going to bring you back. Like,
So he wrote his
yeah.
list, and then he came back to me and what did she do? She blew it out of here. And then he came back to me again with the list. He's like, "This is the list. What do you think? There's some things we cannot compromise on, like the goats. Those need to be there. Those two, based on what I told him. That no, I mean, I'm fine. There's nothing. There's nothing."
Yeah.
Those he couldn't compromise on, and the money and that. But those small things, the souls, the what, those he could compromise on. But I saw nothing. I saw that
No,
it
but
was
those things, there
it
was
was
nothing you
fair.
could do. I think it
Yeah.
was for your mother as well, right?
Yes. And of course, the money you don't pay it all at once. So I said, no, it's fine that it's all good. It's all good. He said, no, because I'm thinking he was my dad. God bless him. He was thinking, we've got a life to build after the
Yeah,
Lobola.
yeah, yeah.
So you don't want to empty this man dry, that your daughter starts life on an empty stomach.
Yeah, because I was just saying your father took all the money.
Yeah, you see. But yeah, so it was good. Pray for fathers like that, but also
Yeah.
even like when you're given that responsibility, or that responsibility, or that trust, as a girl, as a boy in courtship, as Christians, as people, also as children, do not make them regret,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
trusting you to say, okay, these two, they're doing it right, they're gonna get married right, they are living right, they are, and then tomorrow you break their hearts. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very important to live
Yeah.
right and do things right. Don't make your parents regret, because if they really trusted you, okay. If your parents really trusted you with that trust, also to move around, to see each other, don't break that. Because also things that you do during courtship, during all those times in your relationship, it will affect you and your children as well. So just make sure you do things right, do things according to the precepts of your father and of the word. So it is very important. So I think we are done with this one. So watch out for the next episode, which is the third episode, which will be talking about the wedding planning, the wedding itself, and some other things. And we'll also be talking maybe next other one, talking about marriage and where we are right now, and how things are going, how we love each other, and how we have a baby. Yes. So God has been good.
Yeah.
God has been good. So many things we've been praying for, but we've seen God working. You
It's
know,
important to pray in your courtship,
it's very
guys.
important.
It's not just about. I know mom used to be like when she was working on us talking on the phone.
Mm.
She'd be like, "I hope you guys are talking about real things, not just
Not
I love you, I love you, hang up, I love you, hang up, I love
yeah,
you."
this thing of I love you. It's I mean those things are very sweet, are very nice, and advisable to say, but it's not. That's not life. At the end of the day, you can say I love you, but you say I love you when you're hungry in the stomach. You say I love you. That some of their love yous, no one is going to hear them because you. And also, when you take someone's daughter, make sure she has what she needs.
Mm,
Yeah, it's not about having money, like a lot of money or whatever.
no.
Make sure she's loved because
Mm,
her father, whether the father was poor, the father loved that daughter, and that father was the first love of that girl.
mm,
So the father would do anything for her, for his daughter, like the way I do. I can do anything for my own daughter. I would
mm,
appreciate if someone can do whatever they can. It's not about buying a Lamborghini and all.
mm,
Just make you feel good, make you feel comfortable, and make you feel loved.
mm,
Because I also loved her. So I love my wife because her father also loved her. If you, as a father, also don't love your child, don't expect this man to come and love your
mm.
daughter because he's gonna mistreat her.
Yeah.
So yeah. So guys, we've
Hey.
been talking too much. Thank you for watching, and I hope will you guys subscribe, comment
Mm.
down below as well. To let's chat in the comments.
And tell us
And
what you guys like, what questions you'll
yeah,
have
if you've got
about like
questions,
courtship
we
or questions
do.
to things to talk about in courtship. Maybe you're in
Yeah,
courtship and you don't know what should you talk about in courtship
yeah,
or how to ask questions, or because also we got
mm,
some. I mean, most of them were from like my mom and some other people. Like, oh, you should talk about this
yeah,
also.
yeah.
This is the challenge we are facing in our marriage right now. So maybe you guys talk about it before you
Before,
get
yeah,
to the
before you
yeah,
get
you know.
before you get to
So
marry.
it always helps to ask around and yeah, tell
Yeah,
us, ask
this
us, let
we
us
can also make a
see.
video answering those questions.
Yeah,
So if at least we get 5 questions, we will make a video and respond to those questions and help you with the little knowledge that we have. And if we don't
very
know
little
if
knowledge.
we don't know anything, we'll just say we don't know about this. But if we know, we can go into details and talk about it and stuff. Because I think we've been through many things,
In the
and
transition.
especially because also we are an intercultural couple, we've been
Mm.
through many things, misunderstandings and all those things. But you guys, uh, put your questions in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.